In this video, I'll be showing you a cloth activity book that I made for my daughter Lila. My hope in making this video is to inspire you and to show you how you can get really creative with printed fabrics in order to make a book that is unique for your child and tailored to their interests so that they really feel special and seen and valued. Okay, let's get started. I created a button closure so that she could practice her buttoning skills. And this first page is a dress-up doll, and the chest of drawers on her right fits all of her clothing. She's got the rain jacket, the umbrella, the pajamas, and the bathing suit, and the party dresses with hair bows. I used a doll pattern to help me out with this one. And what I want to show you up close is how I made the clothing. So I just cut out the fabric in the shape that I wanted it to be, and then I sewed it on top of a piece of felt, and then used Dritz fray check around the edges. Here I've used fray check around the edges of these pictures, and you'll see this is a technique that I use a lot that helps me to incorporate fabric prints without them unraveling around the edges. And just a quick close-up of these moccasins because they're one of my favorite details. On the next page is the Native American scene. This one has the applique fireplace and the zipper on the teepee for practicing zipping skills, and inside a spot to store all of the little characters. You might not be able to find the same exact fabric prints that I've used in this book because I actually sewed it about 7 years ago, but not to worry, there are always new and amazing fabrics that are being printed. My best tip for finding the perfect fabric for your project is to go to Etsy online and in the search term enter the theme of the page that you want to create plus fabric, and you're gonna find options from independent retailers all over the world. For example, this one is from Birch Fabric and it's called Wildland, and I actually found somebody selling it on Etsy today. Here's a few more examples. I found this cool fabric using the search terms Native American fabric. I really love this one, and I used teepee fabric to find it. This beautiful Heather Ross print came up when I typed in Indian ponies. And I found this amazing print using the search term Hopi fabric. Next, we have the Sing a Song of Sixpence page. It's based on the Old English nursery rhyme, and the blackbirds are stored in the pie, and I just had this crazy idea that they could fly out and land in this lady's huge nest of hair. So they all have a snap on the back, and they can be snapped in various places. I also created this beautiful lady from a doll pattern, and here's a close-up so that you can see all the detailing on her dress. The next page has a prehistoric dinosaur theme. On one side, there's a mom dinosaur that has a moving neck, and inside of the egg is a little baby dinosaur that can hatch out. I got this idea from Pinterest, so Pinterest is definitely your friend if you're looking for new ideas for pages to create. The other side is like an excavation dig, and I thought of this idea myself. I thought it would be cool if you could take the bones out and sort of arrange them like a puzzle. And then I also threw in a fossil and a prehistoric insect trapped in amber. Here's the overview, and I want to show you what I did for the lava at the top of the volcano. This is a scrap of hand-dyed velour from my friend Kelly. You just don't throw that stuff out. It's too beautiful. Next up is the fairy tale page. I got the idea for the horsetail braiding activity from Pinterest, but the other side came just from my imagination. I used an elastic hair tie and a button for the closure. And then up in the tower, I created some peekaboo doors by embroidering onto felt, and there's a little curtain you can open up and you find the princess inside. And she's sleeping really peacefully because she knows that she's being protected down below by her dragon. Here's a close-up of the princess, and this fabric is from the Far, Far Away collection by Heather Ross. Here's a close-up of the embroidery and the gate in case you want to check that out. And for the very last page, we have this mid-century retro kitchen scene. Here's a close-up so you can see the dishes with everything put away. All the food is stored inside of this vintage ice box. Here you can see that I've created the waffles from a fabric print and the rest of the food from felt. And what I want to point out here is how you have options. If something is too hard for you to make it out of felt, you can usually find a fabric print. And if you can't find the fabric print, then you can make it out of felt. And so you can create just about anything you want. I'm really happy with how this tea bag turned out. It's one of my favorite things in the book. I just want to show you up close how I used a mesh fabric and put tiny beads inside of it. And I like how there are options for a kid to imagine what they're drinking. They could switch it up to cocoa and put marshmallows in it. Now we're at the end, and here's just a quick word about personalization. When you put your child's name on something that you spent a lot of hours on, the message to them is self-value. Here's a close-up of the back. I like to make it look pretty, and it really doesn't take much. You can see I've just done some simple quilting. Thank you so much for being here. And if you have a project that you've made for a child that has made them see the magic in life and know how special they are, I would love to hear about that, so you can share that in comments below. I'll also leave a link in the program description to my Etsy shop where I sell reusable patterns and items, and I hope to see you here again.